light, and shadow. Tanos had captured Talia, but the ominous evil still had some influence and built a dungeon very close by.
Do not resist the light, daughter. Purify your soul.
Ah! Ah! Father! Why are you doing this? These are not good deeds.
You will know, daughter. Soon, you will know.
The capture of Talia and her immediate torture, purification, one occasionally slips up with these religious fanatics, strengthened the heroes' morale. They assumed that good would now win, but they did not know about the dungeon growing in the underground. Even without Talia, the seductive evil still had some influence and powerful creatures. The evil set about raising an army that would free Talia. Do we really have to? Okay, she's funny and all that, but she takes away a lot of my narration time, which I could fill with brilliant monologues instead. Or I could recite a poem. Did I ever tell you the story about how I rode a bicycle over my own toe? Yeah, okay, you don't have to threaten me. We'll get her back. Fine.
What's that? Evil scum pollute the overworld. Go, my faithful. Deal with the matter.
The stomping of the incautious evil's army had not gone unnoticed. From now on, heroes would be entering the dungeon.
Renounce evil and return to the light, daughter.
Where there is light, there is also darkness. Ah!
There are enemies in your dungeon. thirsting for evil's army had reached an island of the good, but it wouldn't remain one for long. The thirsting for revenge evil's troops had discovered one of the heroes' outposts. They knew what they had to do. Payday! How do you like that, Thanos? I mean, the inspiring me evil's army had laid waste to the outpost. Now it continued marauding through the country on its way to free Talia.
You will pay for that, vile pack. The goddess will purify you, and the flames will cleanse you.
The advancing evil's army marched towards a small nearby village. The citizens there fearfully armed themselves and attempted to go on the offensive.
Do not despair! The goddess is on our side! These evil creatures will never be able to resist warriors of the light! Destroy them, and their breeding ground in the underground! Despair not, and turn away from evil, my child. The goddess will forgive you.
The goddess can kiss my ass. I prefer to stay evil. Ah!
There are enemies in your dungeon. ravaging evil's army marched towards the village, and definitely not to buy cheap meats and sausages.
Why did you kill all my comrades, Talia? Don't you see how evil that deed was? Grimly, the racist dwarf. Yaina, the capitalist mage, you would have sold her grandma for a little money. And Elric the Pretty would have traded a human life for a mirror in an instant. Why did you become so evil? Heyday. You need to question and confine your evil essence. Turn to the light.
Not a chance. The dark side has cookies. Ah!
The merciless evil had briefly explained to the villagers that it really only wanted to rescue Talia, but seeing as how its army was already there, it razed the village to the ground anyway.
You wicked, despicable creature. May you forever burn in hell. Good shall prevail. What? The village was wiped out? Those miserable dogs. Whoever fails in the fight against evil must have been possessed by evil. It is time for my personal guards to go out and once and for all destroy those evil monsters!
The exploring evil had discovered a dungeon entrance in the overworld. Apparently there was another entrance to the dungeon. This could be very useful for bringing supplies to the front.
Renounce evil and return to the light, daughter.
Where there is light, there is also darkness. Ah!
Uh-oh, a spider nest has been unearthed. It's payday. Defend the dungeon hut. Defend the dungeon hut. There are enemies in your dungeon. Your dungeon heart is under attack. The marauding evil had discovered another island of good. They really should be better hidden if they don't want them to be plundered, burned, and decimated. Well, that's just the way those do-gooders are.
Why doesn't the good have any problems with torture? Ah!
Why did you kill all my comrades, Talia? Don't you see how evil that deed was? Grimly, the racist dwarf. Yaina, the capitalist mage, you would have sold her grandma for a little money. And Elric the Pretty would have traded a human life for a mirror in an instant. Why did you become so evil?
Tanos' fortress was not far away. Nothing more stood in the way of Talia's liberation. Well, except for the mighty Tanos, of course. It's payday. There are enemies in your dungeon.
You need to question and confine your evil essence. Turn to the light.
Not a chance. The dark side has cookies. Ah!
Talia was almost within reach of the coming to the rescue evil's army. Now was a really good time to think about what to do about Thanos. There are enemies in your dungeon. Defend the dungeon heart. It's payday. The dungeon heart is being attacked.
Really have to do everything myself? I'm busy trying to convert my foster daughter to good but severe torture. Can't you see that? So be it. You'll be easy prey for the goddess. Die, scum!
Yeah.
Thanos threw himself at the absolute evil's army. He wouldn't need long to deal with them, but he was distracted, and Talia was able to free herself from his mental prison.
Must flee. Must reach the dungeon heart. Just wait. Everything good must die.
Daughter, don't do that! Do not let evil take hold of you again! Stay with me!
Thank you, but I can do without your conversion by torture. But I won't forget it. You will pay for that, and that's what my good side has to say.
With these words, Talia threw herself on the dungeon heart and was teleported away by the tactical evil. Talia was still no match for Tanos, but the sly evil already had a plan.